JD Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to get some shots out to the early birds, starting with Shaq Rackin' Black. Shaq Rackin' Black. All righty then. Robert Simmons, what's up? Sweet Beloved, I see you. The Real Songstress. The Real Songstress. 6'2". What's up, 6'2"? Alan Drakeford. Memphis, Maine, what up? North Memphis, Tennessee in the building. Norman Fry, Derek Mallory, what's up? Who is that? Safi Ali, Miranda, GT Reese, Augusta, Georgia is in the house. Derek Mallory, Ski Hat Confessions, Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm going in, fam. Going in. Family, this one right here really disappointed me. I mean, this is one of those that I wish I didn't have to share with y'all. But I got to call a strike, and a ball. First of all, shouts out to Ticket TV, where I checked this story out at first. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of Ticket TV right here on YouTube. And I do that because Ticket be on the news, and he don't give a damn who don't like it. He going to tell it like a T.I. is. So that's where I get my sports news from. I get my sports from Ticket TV. I don't go to ESPN. It's rigged. I don't go to Fox Sports 1 and all that kind of stuff. I go to Ticket TV. That's where I get my sports from. So I saw that. Make sure y'all follow Ticket TV. I saw that on Ticket page. And I was totally disappointed, man. Totally disappointed in Grant Hill. Because Grant had an opportunity to do the right thing, and he failed miserably. You hardly ever see Grant in the news about anything, especially anything controversial. In fact, every time that we've ever heard about him in the news was when he was playing basketball, if he had an injury, if he's playing or not, if he, that type of thing. It was never anything remotely as controversial as what he finds himself in right now. Let's talk about Jaylen Brown. This is Jaylen Brown. He plays for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown is considered one of the top 2 players on the championship Boston Celtics team. He often overplays his role as the number 2 to Jason Tatum and asserts himself as the team's alpha. Jaylen won Eastern Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP last postseason. However, fam, 3 Celtics players made the Team USA roster, but Jaylen Brown was not included. Clipper star Kawhi Leonard, he bowed out of the Olympics roster, and Grant Hill picked Celtics teammate Derek White over Jaylen Brown. Derek White, who is a good basketball player, but he ain't Jaylen Brown. Let's keep it real. He can score, nice little 3-point shot, play some good defense. But as far as stars, he's number 4. As far as on that team on the Boston Celtics, he's number 4. And Jaylen Brown is number 2 and could be number 1 if he took more shots. So explain to me how the fourth best player on the team makes the Olympic squad and the second best player on the team doesn't. Grant Hill tried to explain himself, and I'll get to that in a moment. But some more news you can use here, fam. Let me tell you something. It's never a good idea to mix sports decisions with off-the-court politics. Grant Hill is the USA managing director for Team USA. He's the managing director for Team USA. And this guy is playing games right now. Did I mention that Jaylen Brown was the 2024 Finals MVP? That means everybody in the league, out of everybody in the league who had an opportunity to fight their way to the top of the mountain called basketball championship, NBA basketball championship. He finished first. He put the work in, but he's not on the roster. Jaylen Brown is beyond qualified to be on the court tonight playing with his NBA comrades, representing the USA. But here's why. First of all, let me say this. Jaylen Brown ranks amongst the best scorers and two-way players from the 2024 season. He averaged 23 points per game. The guy that they chose over him when Kawhi Leonard bowed out averages 15 points a game. So why would they pick this other guy, the fourth best player on the team, over the second best player, who could easily be the best player on the team, who is often the best player on the team, depending on what night it is? Why would they do that? There's this company called Nike. And Nike is mad at Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown called them out for doing business in China. And in China, their government ignores genocide of Muslims in some parts of the world, specifically in China. So following the snub, Jaylen Brown called out Nike for making biased decisions driven by politics. Jaylen Brown previously covered up his Nike swoosh on a pair of Kobe sneakers. So they don't like Jaylen Brown. And this is their get back. And this get back was particularly wicked because they could have went and got a quality player from another team. They already had picked two players from the world champion Boston Celtics. They'd already picked two players already that was playing on Team USA. They know Jaylen Brown is the elephant in the room. They know he's sitting there and they know he's more than qualified. They could have picked another player. They had already made their minds up that they was not going to pick him under any circumstances. He was not going to play in the Olympics under any circumstances. They had already decided that was going to be the case because Nike is Team USA's sponsor. So they had already made their minds up. This was a pre-gone conclusion. This was well before the finals have even happened. He will not play. Nike is already sitting back like, we make sure that anything that we're sponsoring, anytime we get a chance to stick it to this guy, we're going to stick it to him. He's not going to get no money with us. They could have went and got a player from anywhere, from any team in the NBA. The NBA has the best players in the world, has most of the best players in the world. So if they wanted to go get a great defensive player, they could have got that player from somewhere else. But they said, you know what? Not only did we pick one player who Jaylen is better than off his team, we're going to pick another player who he's better than who's on his team. And they went and got White. They went and got him to stick it to Jaylen. See, these are the games that people play. They went and got Derek White to stick it to Jaylen Brown. What a coincidence. Brown and White. Overlook Brown for White. Overlook Brown, who is more qualified, for White. Interesting. Interesting. Team USA, headed by Grant Hill, could have went and got a player from anywhere. But so this wasn't just politics, fam. This was personal and malicious. They said, we're going to go and get another player from the same team as him, who he's clearly better than. He's more valuable than. We're going to go get another player. And then we're going to give a bogus excuse. If we ever get pushed up to the wall, we'll just say, hey, we were just stacked with players of his caliber that plays his similar style. We needed an excellent defender. The Team USA is so good that they're going to win no matter what. The players are just that good. So they could go and get one of the players who has the worst scoring average in the NBA to plug that position, and they would still win it all. Grant Hill is playing games. And then to try to insult the man's intelligence and the rest of our intelligence. Grant Hill gives this clown interview. He gives this clown interview with Dan Patrick, where he discussed Team USA's decision to overlook Jaylen Brown. And he gives this weak defense. He mentioned reaching out to Jaylen Brown's agent to explain his decision. Then he smugly called Jaylen a conspiracy theorist for calling out Nike's probable bias. He called the man a conspiracy theorist. Come on, Grant. Come on, bro. You was doing so good. You were doing so good. Check out what was said. Here's some of the exchange. This is Dan Patrick. Did you call Jaylen Brown to tell him or explain this? No, I spoke to his agent. I mean, I think this idea that there's a conspiracy theory. I always love a good conspiracy theory, but, you know, it was really, truly a basketball decision. These are tough decisions. But having gone through this with the FIBA competition, you want to find the right balance and the right pieces on the court that we need. And not to say that Brown wouldn't have been good. There are a lot of guys you can go on a list of guys who are very capable of very, very, you know, very qualified. But, you know, for where we are, or for where we were, that was the right decision. And Derek White, I think, will help us as we pursue our goal. And let me tell you something else, fam. This was a weak response also because when you have the most educated, when you have the best player in the league, when you have a guy who wins the most valuable player award, when that guy wins the most valuable player award, people want to see that guy. Well, who is the guy that won? Who is the guy that was most valuable player for the finals? You know, who won the championship? Who was the most valuable player for the Eastern Conference final? The conference who eventually, the conference that won the championship. Who is that guy? Who is he? Jalen Rose. That's good for eyeballs. That's good to have him on the team for ratings. Why not put him on the team? He's more than qualified. They playing games with this man. They playing games with his career, and they know it, and he know it. And to call him a conspiracy theorist is very disappointing, Grant Hill. Very disappointing. But I know you got to do what you got to do. I got it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. As I said before, family, Grant Hill is the managing director of USA Basketball. And he has a lot of power in terms of who makes the squad. But he don't make those decisions by himself. The NBA Olympic team is made by the managing director of USA Basketball, Grant Hill, along with input from the coaching staff and selection committee. This collaborative approach ensures that the most suitable and talented players are selected to represent the country in the Olympics. This is what they say. This is what they put out there. This collaborative approach ensures that the most suitable and talented players are selected to represent the country in the Olympics. Are you telling me this dude ain't one of the most suitable and talented? The coaching staff for the USA men's basketball team for the 2024 Paris Olympics include head coach Steve Kerr, who is also the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Assisting him are Mark Few, the head coach of Gonzaga University, Eric Spoelstra, I can't really find it hard to say this guy's name. Spoelstra, I think it's pronounced, the head coach of the Miami Heat. And then you got, what's his name? Monty Williams, the coach of the Phoenix Suns. So you mean to tell me that all those guys together decided that Jaylen Brown wouldn't be a good fit for Team USA? If they had something to say, Perhaps they said, oh, yeah, it's probably going to be trouble. You know what it was? The bottom line, fam, we ain't stupid. Nike made the call. Nike said, we don't want him on the team. We don't want him. You know, we're giving you guys a lot of money. Can you do something? I'm sure they contacted the NBA commissioner. What can you do about this? Let me try to work it out. You know, we have a great relationship. Nike's been very good to us. We've been very good to you guys. And Jaylen, you know, we have been trying to figure out what to do with him. You know, we want these guys to have their own individualism, and we want them to have their opinions, and we want to respect their opinions. But when their opinions clash with our money, man, we got a problem with that, bro. So they're not fooling anybody. We know what it is. We know what it is. This is Derek White, fam. So they replaced Kawhi Leonard with Derek White, who is the fourth best player on the Celtics team. This is to play in the Olympics. He's the fourth best player on the team. But they overlooked the second best player on the team. And the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. This further illustrates America's fear of a black man who really stands on business, a black man who cannot be controlled, a black man with his own thoughts, a real, true free thinker, not a wishy-washy, throw your people under the bus when it's convenient for you type dude. A real, true free thinker. And they can't stand that. I can see if he was lying on Nike, I could see them having a problem with it. But the thing is, if they don't like the athletes calling them out, or anybody else out there, activists or whatever, calling them out about some of the things that they do, don't do them. Don't mistreat people, and people won't call you out about it. It's just like in America. When I call out the corrupt so-called leaders in this country, when I call them out, I would not call them. I wouldn't even waste my time if they didn't give me something to call them out for. But I'm not going to be silent so they can be comfortable. So I understand exactly where Jaylen is coming from, and I support him 1,000. Going into the comments. Joe Shalom, what's up? What's up, Gino? April Morgan, Los Angeles, California, in the house. Gino Morgan. Wait a minute, how we get an April Morgan and a Gino Morgan almost back to back? Gino from Cincinnati, Ohio, and April from Los Angeles, California. Interesting. Derek Mallory, what's up? GT Reese, Augusta, Georgia. Miss Jazzy is in the house. What's up, Miss Jazzy? DJ Cross. What is that? Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Trinidad in the house. Mark Patton. What's up, Mark? Lou Diamonds, what's up? Big Mitch, 47. Who is that? CJ. What up, CJ? James Ingram. What's up? Yeah, Grant Hill did go to Duke, huh? What, Duke make them a certain way, don't they? I hated Duke, man. I did not like Duke, and I still don't like them. Every time I see them, I be wanting them to lose. I like to see them get drove, be bad. I love it when they lose. I've never liked Duke. I don't care who Duke is playing against. I'm going for the other team. I don't even have to know anything about the other team. I just immediately root for the other team. What's up, Ruthie? Stan the man. Terrence Hamilton. What's up? Ruben Gutierrez. Nudie TV. James Ross. James Ross said, I wonder these black celebrities are under contract to not help the black community. I wonder if these black celebrities are. It's not that they're under contract. It's not that some of them are under contract to not help. It's just that they've been indoctrinated not to help. So they're free to do what they want to do with their own money, but they've just been indoctrinated not to help. And just like, but here's the thing, don't put this all on celebrities, because there's a lot of black people out there who, as soon as they get a nickel, they gone. As soon as they can do better, they gone and they never look back. They'll turn their back on the black community like that. They never look back. And here's the thing, you ain't got to go back and hang out in the hood. Just send a little bit of money. Just find an organization that's doing some good in the hood and shoot some bread over there. You know, find an organization that you like. I ain't gonna say no anybody just because you're in the hood and you don't necessarily mean because you got an organization that means that you're really doing good work. So find somebody, vet somebody that you really like, that you really rock with, and help them out. Look out for them. You know, and this is what all cultures do. And there are a number of black people who do give back, who do that, but there are a lot of them that don't, because they've been trained to don't look back. Master tell them, don't look back. It is not your responsibility. You don't have to help them. Come over here with us. We'll take care of you. Don't look back. Now, I will say this. There are companies out there who got the big money. And if they think you're using that money to help your people, they're not going to give it to you. When I say your people, I mean black people. Because they got a mentality, anybody but black. Anybody but the blacks. They do not want black people to be self-sufficient and independent. Do not believe that lie that they tell you. A lot of them be like, well, why don't they just do for self? And why don't they? When we do for self, y'all jealous asses come out of the woodworks trying to knock it down, running interference. That's what you do. Starting in the permits departments, you weaponize the permits departments, you weaponize the police, the house of folks, you weaponize the health department, you weaponize the fire department, you weaponize the surveys, the survey companies, you weaponize everything. You weaponize real estate agents. And even with all of that, we still rise. That's how cold we are. With all of that interference y'all be running, we still rise. We got way more success stories than we have failures. You can't fool me with it. I seen too many of the stories. I seen it personally, up close and in person. So yeah, it's some out there. It's a lot of them out there. If they think you using that money to help your people, they not gonna give you none of that money. That's why you gotta move in silence sometimes. Everybody don't have to do this. I'll do this for you. I don't give a damn. I'm self-employed, self-sufficient, and independent. If a brand link up with me, they already know who I am. They know what I'm about, and they know I ain't changing for nothing. So if they can rock with me or they ain't got to rock with me, I'm good. I sleep good. They got them out there, fam. If you try to help your people, they ain't gonna give you none of that bread. They're gonna try to keep that money away from you. That's why you look up so often and you see a lot of these people with a bunch of money. And they ain't just celebrities. Y'all be seeing people online that got a whole bunch of money, just be blowing money, just throwing that money away. Sometimes they literally burn the money. So I've seen people tear up $100 bills and stuff, just tearing up money. They'll give the money to the idiots. They'll give the money to the fools. Because as long as they can use that fool as a tool for them to make money, they're going to do what they need to do with their money to help continue to build and build up their communities and everything. But they don't give a damn what you do with your money. They'll give you that money. And as long as you ain't really trying, as long as you ain't helping your own people, they'll give you all that money. Oh, that's a damn fool right there. He's going to be another broke one. Ha, ha, ha. Just sitting back laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, guy, I saw you on Instagram the other day. Did you really burn up $100,000? Yeah, man. Yeah, where you at, boy? Where you was, boy? Where you was, boy? Wow. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. Hey, talk to you later. Fam, you got to be something wrong with that. Something wrong with. Yeah, if they think you're going to help your people, they won't give you that money. That's why you got to get your money and do your thing. Everybody, they already know what I'm about because I've been doing this for 35 years. So they already know what I'm about. They already know I'm going to help my people. They already know how I get down. So they already know what I'm going to do with my bread. They already know they ain't going to never catch me on video or nowhere tearing up money, jumping in a car, throwing money on people like people are some animals or something. My people are animals or something. They already know they're not going to see me blowing $1 million on a damn chain or some type of jewelry or something. They already know I'm not doing that. But that food, oh yeah, man. I seen them come and seen them go, fam. I seen so many come and I seen so many go. Over the years, I've seen them come and seen them go so often that I can pretty much tell you by conversation, having a conversation, this before they even get to the money, before they get the bag, I can have a conversation with them and I can tell you what their fate is going to be financially. I can tell you because of their mindset, how they think. I already know pretty much. And oftentimes, before they can even get to the money, I can already tell if they're going to even get the bag. And if they do get the bag, I can tell whether or not they're going to blow it by just having a conversation with them. I can listen to how they talk and I can tell you what's going to happen to them. And I've been right in probably 99.9% of the cases. So people need to stop just looking at celebrities, Black people especially. Stop looking at celebrities for all the answers in the Black community. Celebrities ain't the only ones got money. I bet you if you line up everybody, the rest of black society got more money than celebrities. You need to hold everybody accountable. Like call out everybody who got some bread. You got entrepreneurs all over the place. People own medical companies, travel agencies. They own consulting firms. You got, I don't know how many real estate moguls out there. These lawyers got crazy loot. I don't never hear nobody say, man, these lawyers need to help out. Man, these people that own these consulting firms making all these millions of dollars, they need to give back. We keep going to the low-hanging fruit. Celebrities get hit up all day, every day. Celebrities take all of the hits for what's wrong with Black America. We the only ones do that to our people. The only ones. It's more money out there than just celebrity money. It's more people out there collectively who got more money than celebrities have. When people are donating money, when you see those political campaigns and you see 900,000 people raised $100 million, that ain't no, yeah, you might have a few people that gave 10,000 here, 10,000 here, but celebrities ain't stroking checks like that every day to all of these causes. Celebrities get hit up all day, every day. If they donated to every single cause, they would be broke. If they wrote a check for everybody's ask, they would be broke. Buckhorse DC, what up? Walter Jose, Sexy Black. Iceberg say we should stop supporting celebrities. How you gonna do that? Come on, man, be sensible. How you gonna do that? I'm a celebrity and I can't stop supporting celebrities. How you gonna do that? I like to be entertained. Celebrities entertain. Okay, I like to be entertained. I like going to comedy shows. I like going to concerts. I like going to fights. I like watching movies. It's interesting to me that nobody likes celebrities, but everybody likes to be entertained. No, nobody likes entertainers. Nobody likes entertainers, but everybody wants to be entertained. Ain't that something? I guess I missed who made that statement. Was it Iceberg who said that? I can't remember who said that. Whoever said it said that we should stop supporting celebrities. You can't stop supporting celebrities if you tried. Because if you turn on that television, you supporting a celebrity. Get on that phone. Once you jump on Instagram, YouTube, you supporting a celebrity. Buy a can of soda or buy a bottle of water, and you'll probably be supporting a celebrity because it's celebrity endorsed. You can't stop supporting a celebrity if you tried. Now, what you could do is not live your life vicariously through a celebrity. Now, that would be beneficial. What you could do is not live your life vicariously through anybody that may appear to be doing better than you. Because all that glitter ain't gold. What's up, Raphael? King Butch, what's up? Lee Brooks, Kenyatta Ali, what it do? Let's see. A couple more shout outs and I'm gone, fam. I'm gone, boy, but I can't believe it, man. Well, now let me back up. I guess I can believe it, but it's sad news. It's very disappointing. I've always looked at Grant Hill in a positive manner. Never had an issue with Grant Hill, the way he carried himself through all of these years. And he wait till he get in his 50s, I guess he's in his 50s, to start acting like this, to start, acting like a buck dancer, How do you do it, man? How do you get it? How do you wait till you get to your 50s? Perhaps that's been who he's been along all this time, and we just ain't never had an opportunity to see him get exposed. But he played himself. He should have just stayed away from that question. He would have done better if he'd have stayed away from that question. Or maybe he can answer the question and go with the little old politically correct thing. The whole, we made a professional decision, based on the defense that we needed. We all know it's a lie. We would have known it was a lie anyway. But when he called Jaylen Brown a conspiracy theorist for calling Nike out for saying that Nike was behind that decision because Nike is sponsoring Team USA, he was wrong for that because he insulted that man's intelligence and he insulted our intelligence because everybody knows that is the reason. That is the only reason. That is the absolute reason Jaylen Brown is not playing for Team USA in the Olympics in Paris. It is because of his beef with Nike, the sponsor of Team USA in the Olympics. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.